Hello everyone and welcome back to another cooking video. I feel like it's been a little while since I've done one of these, and I figured tonight's dinner was a good place to kind of start getting into it again. We're going to be making probably oven roasted tri-tip with pico on top, and then you place it on a baguette slice. So I'll kind of show you guys what I mean once we get started. So we're gonna get our meat out of the fridge. We're going to poke it with a fork to kind of tenderize it, but also leave some holes so that when we go to olive oil and season it, it can really get in there. Sadly, they didn't have a full-on tri-tip like I was wanting. So these are, it's still tri-tip, but it's not what I wanted 100%. But that's all they had. And I think we could still get it to work. We'll kind of slice it this way once we have it cooked. So let's get it on a plate. To make it easy on myself, I'm just gonna use some Omaha steak seasoning. It kind of has everything I use and a little more. So I'm gonna start with some olive oil. Kind of drizzle over top of it. It's okay if you have extra because it'll just go on the plate. Then I'll open this. Oh, take my rings off. And spread the oil around. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this or a better way to do this, but this is how I'm doing it. So take it or leave it. And then we're just gonna add a generous amount of seasoning. And I kind of mix it around because it gets, like I said, kind of in those holes that we just made. And I find that it helps. It's a little more even than when I just pour it on top. And we'll flip it over. I probably shouldn't have put the cap back on that olive oil. Some more. And then we're gonna let this sit in the fridge for probably an hour or so. Really because I'm about to do a live stream, but also to let the flavors kind of sink in, let the salt get in there and start to tenderize it. And then we'll go ahead and start cooking it. Now that they're seasoned, we're gonna put it in the fridge for, like I said, just about an hour or so to let everything kind of soak in. We are done live streaming. It's like 9 o'clock. So it's time to start cooking dinner. Ben's not off till 10, so I try to cook dinner later. Let's take the steak out of the fridge. We're going to sear it really quick and then throw it in the oven to bake for, I don't know how long. I've never cooked those type of like strips before. And some of the pieces were smaller than others. You know, they had the long strips and they had the little ones. So probably I'm gonna bake it at 250. Maybe 30 minutes, maybe 20 and check it. That sounds safer. Then once the meat is in the oven, we're gonna go ahead and make our pico. All right, we're gonna preheat the pan. I'm gonna put it on high. I wanna get a good sear, but not cook the meat too much. I just cleaned the stovetop for this video too, and it's gonna get messy within one cook. I did end up changing the oven temperature to 200. I don't want to overcook it. I prefer to cook things low and slow than overcook it. So we're gonna do 200 for probably 20 minutes and then check it. Okay, I think you can see my pan's starting to steam now. So we're gonna throw in just a little bit of olive oil. I have my window or the back door open because naturally I set off the fire alarm every time I sear something. So we're gonna do the small pieces first. Oh, okay, thank goodness. And we're just gonna give it 30 seconds to a minute on each side. Okay, we gotta go fast before we set off the fire alarm. So I'm just gonna sear them up super quickly. Okay, it's been about a minute on this side. I hope it has color. Ugh, it never does like I want it to. I switched to using the mic. I want to see if maybe this video sounds better than past videos. So we're going to give it a shot. Oh, that did not sear like I wanted it to at all. All right, we have it on our pan here. We're going to throw it in the oven at 200 for about 20 minutes, and we're going to check it from there. I'm also trying this because I had the fan on, so I want to see if you can hear me over the fan. Something I forgot to do with steak is a lot of people recommend putting it out on the counter for like 10-20 minutes to kind of get up to room temperature. So you're not frying it from cold. You're frying it from more of a room temperature steak. And I did not do that. So that's okay. Learning lesson for next time. This is our first time doing this at home. Usually we smoke it. This is actually something we used to eat with Ben's parents when we go over to their house. Was they would smoke a tri-tip for hours and then have the pico and bread and everything. But we don't have a smoker here. We're in an apartment. So we're going to try baking it and kind of just see how it goes. Now we're going to go ahead and make our pico. So we have our ingredients here. I should have changed the camera angle. Cilantro, jalapenos. We only need one, but the way I ordered it was a half pound. A lime. I prefer to use Roma tomatoes, but you can use any tomatoes you like. And then an onion. We just washed our vegetables, so now we're going to go ahead and chop them up and throw it into the bowl here. You're going to dice your tomatoes, dice your jalapenos super small unless you prefer big bites of jalapeno, and then dice up your onion as well. Throw that in a bowl, mix it together, and then I'm going to do the cilantro last, and I kind of just do that by vision, whatever looks good. I did just check the steaks. They've been in the oven for about 20 minutes now, and they're still a bit undercooked. I kind of just did the the poke it test, and it was still a little soft. So we're gonna give that a little bit longer, but we also need to try the pico, make sure it tastes the way that we want it to. Okay, let's give it a try. We just taste test it with chips. That's the best way to judge it. It's so fresh. I love homemade pico. There's a little more salt. Okay, I'm gonna do more lime. Another 2 grinds of pepper. Maybe just another little splash of rice wine vinegar. I don't think I put enough that first time. I forgot I was using mic and I had it on over here. So that last clip sounded funny and I'm sorry. It's because it was picking it up from over in this corner. So I mixed it all together. Let's go ahead and give it another try. There it is. These are looking so delicious. I don't know if they're 100% ready yet, so I'm going to put the thermometer in and see what they're at. But you can tell that like some of that blood and juices are starting to leak out, and they look so good. The meat thermometer says it's ready. So I guess we can start slicing it. I'm scared. We'll just give it one slice and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, let's go with this one since it's on the end here. Oh, that does look beautiful. I'm trying to decide how to slice it because the way you put it on the bread, I'm going to slice it really thin. Oh, that looks gorgeous. I did realize I started cutting it without letting it rest. So I put the other pieces on a cutting board to rest, but we're going to give this a try. Woo, it's hot. For an oven baked meat, that's pretty good. I'm going to put the bread in the oven, get that baked, slice it up, and try it all together. I will say that meat is delicious, but I should have put some smoked paprika on it to give it a little bit of a smoky flavor. But the Omaha steak seasoning does it justice. We have the bread out of the oven here. So we're going to slice it up, and I'm going to get a piece of bread together and show you guys how it tastes. So the first piece of bread you're going to cut is going to be funny shaped. You kind of want to cut it at an angle diagonally so that when you go to bite into the bread, it's easier and you're not biting down like and it's hard and crunchy. So you're going to... Ooh, hot. That's going to be your first piece. Now everyone after that, you're going to... Goodness gracious. Sliced diagonally. I went through all my other cutting boards with the veggies and the meat, so I'm using this one, and it's not the easiest. Okay, we'll start there. So you take your 2 pieces of bread, and I'll grab some meat to put on top. Looking for pieces without fat, because I'm not a big fat person. It is rendered very nicely on the steak, though. So, let's do this one. You put your steak on top. Then you take some of your Pico. Oh, shoot, I just dropped some. And you put it on top like so. Then you give it a bite. Let's give it a shot. This is my first time making it at home in the oven. It's so yummy. And it's so light for a summer day. The Pico makes it nice and refreshing. The meat is just delicious. And the bread's pretty light too. It's not like you're eating bread for some reason. For a first try, I'm pretty happy with it. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you give it a try. You can add anything else you want to it to make it your own, but I think it's pretty good the way it is. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.